I'm Amber Davies and welcome to Call to Stage. This is the space where musical theatre takes centre stage. From unforgettable backstage stories with incredible special guests to insights from my life and my theatre journey. We're leaving it all on the mic every single week, so let's jump in. Hi guys, welcome back to Call to Stage with me, Amber Davies, Broadway edition. Now, I have a gorgeous girl sitting next to me. We have many things in common. One of them is our names. It's Amber Ardolino.
Hey!
How are you?
I'm so good.
Can we please just talk about, firstly, your hair?
Yeah.
I'm obsessed. I want it.
So much.
And now?
Sparkles.
What even, how do you do that?
Yeah, so it's like a sensible hair extension. My dresser, when I was doing A Beautiful Noise, she has a side gig of sparkling people's hair. And she came in one day with it at work and she was like, do you want me to do some? And I was like, yeah, just put one in. All right, do the whole head.
Can you wash your hair?
Hmm?
Do you wash your hair with it in?
Yeah. Wash it, blow dry it, straighten it. It's like actually as if you're just like taking care of your hair. It's perfect.
Oh, next ep, you'll see me just with all this tinsel.
20 hair tinsels.
Blame Amber. And secondly, I do want to address where we are right now. Amber's actually come to my hotel room.
Well, yes.
In New York. We're flying back tonight, but I just want to say thank you so much for coming.
A first date in a hotel room. Wow.
I know. Are we in love?
Yeah, probably, actually.
Now, the first thing I ask all of my guests is pick any role you've ever played.
Mm-hmm.
What's your pre-show ritual for that role?
Ooh, okay. My most recent role, the role I'm playing right now is Mary Delgado in Jersey Boys right now. And for this role, this is my first like regional theater that I've ever performed at Paper Mill Playhouse. So we are taking a van to get right. Well, yes, because normally for the past, since I was 23, I've been working on Broadway. So it's just me like walking to my show.
Yeah.
And then I'm there. This one, I'm taking a bike to the van, getting on a van, 30-minute drive to Paper Mill. They get us all loaded up like the Magic School Bus.
What?
Yeah. And then we arrive at Paper Mill Playhouse. And then once we're there, that took about an hour just to get there. And then another kind of hour I have to get ready, do the pin curls, do the makeup, do the fight and lift call, maybe touch my toes if I'm lucky. And yeah, so my day kind of starts like I have 2 hours kind of before the show. Whereas on Broadway, I would quite literally, I'm awful. I would show up at like half hour and be like, and here we are. Yeah.
And do you make up in half an hour?
Yeah. So yeah. And
so
I'll
say, just for curiosity, your show starts at 7:30. What time do you get the bus?
So it will be a 5 p.m. bus we get on. And then rush hour, babe. So it's like sometimes, to be honest, one of the shows we were like, are we going to make it to the theater in time? It's always an adventure.
That's what I mean. I think it's brave for them to put you all on one bus.
Yeah. So there's two of us. And funny enough, there's an early bus and then there's a late bus. So the early bus, like usually the girlies are on and we're like, so we can go do our stuff. But yeah, and then the late bus, we don't know if they're coming to the show or not, but they've been doing this for years. So it makes sense. Like they have it all laid out. But yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Like that would never happen in the UK.
Yeah.
It's like make your own way there.
Yes. Good luck.
And be on time.
100%. Yeah.
What about on the way back?
Load up the van. And then they take us back home. And we have the best time in this van. You think it would be like the most miserable experience ever. But like the cast, we all get on. Just such a blessing. So we just have so much fun. But yeah.
But what about waiting for people to get out of stage door?
So we all wait in the van. If you have people here, like at a stage door area, like you wait for them to be done with their stage door people. And then, luckily, on a Broadway stage door, you're really kind of just like going down the line and your time is now shared with their time. With this, you can be like, bye, I got to go catch the van. See you later. You know what I mean?
Excuse. Like, thank you so much for coming, but must get on the bus.
Must get on the van.
Sorry, I'm going way off track here, but I'm just curious. Has anyone got babies?
In our cast, no, but in many other casts,
because I'm just thinking about getting home, getting to see your children.
100%. We do have a dad in the cast, and we'll see his daughter. His daughter will come to the show sometimes. It's just show up, and the mom, and they come, and it's like they're our child as well.
Oh,
yeah.
Another thing I would like to, because we're talking about it now, because I've been wanting to talk about this with a guest this whole time. Stage door is massive here, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It is a culture. It is like, it really is something like you are committing maybe an hour or more so of your time to just like greeting the people as you exit the theater. Yeah.
Like we do have stage door in the UK, and lots of people turn up and it's amazing and it's lovely, but it just feels so different, like the railing.
Yeah.
And people
you guys don't have that?
We don't have railing or anything like that.
You just come out
stage door and they're there.
Oh my gosh. I think we've just had so many wild experiences here that but it's not like that. You've never had any weird stage door experiences over there?
Not really.
Okay, yeah. I've had some questionable ones.
Have you?
Yeah. Yeah.
We won't go into it.
We can. I've had some strange stage doors. So yeah, but it is such a big deal after the show. Yeah. You go and,
dedicate your time.
Yeah.
If you don't do it, do you feel bad?
Of course. I mean, especially when people write to you, like if they say right on my TikTok, like, hey, I showed up, I drove all this way to see you, you weren't there, and I'm like, I had to go let my dogs out, like I have 2 dogs at home, so it is like that part is sad when it's like I really want to be able to go say hi and you can't, but yeah, it is a lot of, it takes time.
We went to see Sunset the other day. It was Mandy's.
What'd you think?
I loved it.
Yeah.
I saw Nicole in London, and then I saw Mandy open her debut here.
Mandy was my Angelica in Hamilton.
Oh my God.
I love Mandy Gonzalez.
Was
superb.
Like superb.
I can't believe it.
Multiple standing ovations like during the show. It was like a special moment. I feel like lots of friends, lots of her family were there.
Yes.
Anyway, as we turn up to the theatre, there's just like a group of like 5 people standing there, and Ben turns to me and says, "That's Lin-Manuel Miranda." And I was like, oh my gosh, I originated the role of Campbell in Bring It On in London, which he wrote.
No way. Wait, yes, I knew you did Bring It On, but I didn't. Yes, I didn't even put this together.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he would have actually needed to say yes, ticked me off for the role of Campbell. So I go up to him and I say, please, I should have opened with, hi, just to let you know I played Campbell, but instead I just went, is it okay if we have a picture? And he said, no.
No! Not my dad! Not my dad! No!
And I was literally like, obviously he doesn't owe me anything and I know time is precious, but no one was like asking him for like pictures or anything. It was literally just me that had gone over. And he said,
I'm sick. Not my dad. That's so crazy. What? I wonder what was, there has to be some reason, don't you think?
And I was just like, I feel so sad about that.
I'm so sick.
It's fine, but you know what, Lynn? If you're listening, not that you probably are.
I'm calling him. Where's my phone? That's crazy.
We will get our selfie one day, hopefully.
It's so funny about this. I talk about this with my agent all the time. So obviously I did Hamilton, and I was in the original Chicago cast of it. So Lynn was in our rehearsals a lot and like immersed in like our group, and like we got to see him here and there, but it's always like a shock when you're like, well, Lin-Manuel just showed up. It is so funny. And then at the opening night, my agent was like, do you think we can get a photo with him? And I was like, I talked to him here and there, but like, yeah, sure, I guess. And we like go up to him and we have this photo. I have to show it to you, but it's like us asking for a photo with him. And he's like a rider, like a dive and like, bye. And then yeets out. And we were like, okay. And it's like Lynn looking terrified in this photo of me and my agent, like, it's so devastating. But maybe
he doesn't like pictures.
Yes, maybe he doesn't like photos.
Yeah.
We've cracked the code.
We've cracked it.
I don't need to call him.
No, it's fine.
It's that.
It's fine.
Because I have the same.
It's fine.
Same
It's
love you, Lynn. Take photos.
Oh my God. And Hamilton's my favourite musical in the world.
You're lying.
No, babe. Like, actually went to Hamilton's grave when I'm here because I'm literally obsessed. And obviously I'll never be in the show.
Oh,
I'm obsessed.
My God.
But it has like kind of gone down in my estimations now.
I'm sick.
Jersey Boys is now my number one.
Yeah, Jersey Boys. That's so funny.
Anyway, let's go back. Let's talk about you. That's the point.
That's so funny.
You grew up in Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Middle of nowhere.
Middle of nowhere.
Cows, goats, chickens, like farm.
A little bit like Wales then, where I grew up.
Oh, yeah.
Is it like worlds away from New York?
Yeah. And well, no, I mean, it's like, well, funny enough, because I like only get certain chances to go back when working on Broadway. I get like one day off for Christmas every year. So my dad will drive it's about 6 hour drive. He'll drive 6 hours, pick me up from my night show. We'll drive all through the night, 6 hours, get home, and then celebrate Christmas for one day and then leave the next day. But it's about 6. So my dad does the drive all the time.
Oh my gosh,
so
your
sweet.
dad.
I know, he's the best.
What a sweetheart.
Yeah, but it's closer to New York.
Do you have like Sunday schools or like Saturday schools of musical theatre? How did you get into it?
Well, I grew up dancing. I was dancing when I was like 3 years old. Okay. My mom had me in a tutu. She was like, "You're going to ballet," and I was like, really wanted to be a tomboy, and I was in softball, and I was like, learning how to like spit in hot loogies, and she was like, "You're getting in a tutu, girly." And
look, you know, with tinsel in your hair.
Yeah, now look at me. Yeah, but I grew up dancing first, and then I had a lot of injuries because of dance. I was a competitive dancer, so when I was like getting injured all the time, I started turning towards singing.
Okay,
and then they opened up this performing arts high school back where I grew up, and I was like, oh my God, this is the closest thing I have to musical theater and Broadway. So I ended up going to this performing arts high school growing up. So that was kind of like my training almost.
Really?
But yeah, like you do the theater camps, and like you grow up doing like little like community theater gigs.
All of that. But in London, you absolutely can get into the industry without having trained. Yeah. But we actually have schools where you go and you get a degree or diploma in musical theatre, and it's pure musical theatre.
Yes, totally. College, like our college.
Yeah, college.
What university is it's called?
It's more college.
College, yeah. I did for literally a little bit of time.
Okay.
And I hated actually every minute of it. I don't know if I've ever like spoke about how much I disliked college. I remember being in high school and crying in my shower one day, and my mom was like, "You're going to college." And I was like, "I don't want to go to college. I just want to go be on Broadway." Yeah. I wanted nothing to do with it. But yeah, that's kind of what people do to train. 4 years. Is that what you guys have? 4 years of school, like
3.
Oh yeah. Okay.
3 years, leave with a diploma, but you can go at 16.
What?
Yeah. So you can 16. Go. I moved to London at 16.
Yeah.
From North Wales, so from a small town to a big city, by myself at 16 to do my musical theatre.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's worlds apart.
By
America.
Yourself?
Yeah.
Just a baby.
I was a baby.
Just a little baby Amber. That's so crazy.
It's crazy. It's like you moving to New York at 16 by yourself.
Oh my gosh.
Could you do that?
I don't know if I could be 16 and I don't know. I went to that performing arts high school then, but it feels such a baby age.
I know.
And then you just grow up. You grow up quick.
Yeah. Really quick. When did it like click to you that I definitely want to do this as a career?
From a young age, I just always wanted to do it.
Yeah.
But I think the first realization moment of like, I have to do this the rest of my life. I saw a chorus line for the first time.
That is
right.
That is iconic.
And just like a little dancer, singer, actor baby seeing all of these, like a row of just dancer, singer, actors. And like, triple threats, and I knew I was like, I have to do everything. I have to be good at everything. And I loved it, and I just wanted to go to New York as fast as possible to do that. So I was like, I don't want to go to college. By college, I gotta go.
It's like you knew your gut knew what you needed to do.
Yeah,
and like college wasn't for you.
When I was in college, I had this one teacher who I knew it wasn't the right school for me because I told her, what my dream was to go to New York and do all these things and be a performer. And she was like, well, you're going to need a second option, Amber. You're going to need a backup plan. And I was like, I don't like that you don't fuel my dreams.
Yeah.
I don't
you don't believe in me.
Yeah, I did it. And I get it. I understand the perspective of it. But the fire was so strong at that time that I was like, nobody can tell me that I can't do this thing that I really want to do. So I just was like, this isn't for me. I have to go.
You should invite that teacher to come and see you.
Well, yes, I have. No, I'm not. Could you imagine? No. But I will say what was funny is people when they try to like take credit as well.
Oh,
like the school. Yeah, of course. They always do that, right? The school's like, and we have this person. And I'm like, you guys didn't believe in me. No. Get out of here. Stop using it.
I'm obsessed.
So, yeah.
I'm not going in chronological order, but we need to talk about Back to the Future.
Please.
Originated the role of Linda.
Yes. So, which like in a million years when I was going in for Back to the Future, did not think that was my track.
Did you not?
No. I just also, when I'm like, I was looking at it as a whole, but I feel like you've done fairly ingenue roles. Have you ever done like a character bit role that you've like, that's what I gravitate towards.
I know what you mean. Like something polar opposite to like actually who you are as a person.
Yes, 100%.
It's my favorite thing to do.
Yeah. And when I was first going in for Back to the Future, they had me in for Linda and then they had me in for one of the cheerleaders. And I was like, I do not want to be a cheerleader. I was like, so I started psychologically, I was like, okay, let me just like figure out how I could do this. I wore my glasses into every audition. I started wearing oversized jackets. I started wearing like sweats and like.
That is so clever.
Yeah. I was just like, I need them to see me as Linda. This.
And you did it with Casey
Legs
and Roger
Bartz,
and we met, didn't we? We met in April.
Yes,
Roger was where did we go to?
No, we should tell them the story about how we met. The first, you don't know this part maybe, or you do, but we were in rehearsals for Back to the Future, and Darren had come over, who was one of our associates, choreographers. And you at the time...
I was in the show.
You were in the show. Mm-hmm. And I have maybe watched every season of Love Island twice. During the pandemic, 3 times maybe. I was literally obsessed. Literally. And I was like, I have to meet her. I'm so obsessed with Amber.
Stop.
Obsessed.
What?
Obsessed with Amber. I was like, she's like my favorite. I was like, and then like, I'm obsessed with you. And I was like, what's it like? I was like, Darren, tell me everything. Like, I know she's perfect. And when he confirmed that you, in fact, indeed were perfect, I was like, oh my God, I knew it. I knew she's the best. And then I was like, fuck. I was like, I have to meet her somehow. And they were like, okay, maybe, we can pull some strings. And they got me a video from you. Do you remember making this?
When?
Babes, you made me a video. You said, hi, Amber, it's Amber. And I quite literally pissed myself in rehearsal.
To be fair, these bitches had me doing videos for days.
Of course.
So probably.
Hi, it's Amber from Love Island. Like, do you have like a spiel? Like
I feel like now I recall it.
Yeah.
I feel like I recall that now.
You made me a video. It was the best day of my life. In rehearsal, I literally couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my gosh. And then cut to
April this year,
I left Back to the Future. I took over for a role in another show.
Yeah.
And we were at Roger Bart's Sardi's party because he got his picture. And I showed up and they were like, Amber, you know who's here? And I was like, who? And you're like, Amber. And I was like, Amber? Do you mean Amber? I was sick. And then we actually officially met there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, oh my God, she's so beautiful.
Stop.
Yeah.
Such a fangirl.
I was like, Amber. And now look at us.
And now we're in our hotel room. But yeah, anyways, so that's kind of like the story.
That's the story of how... I just can't believe that. I do recall now doing a video.
Yeah.
I mean...
I'll show it to you afterwards.
Yes, we should put it in here.
Yeah, I loved it.
Now, you played Marcia Murphey.
Yes.
In A Beautiful Noise. Was that the role you went to after Back to the Future? Or it was?
Yes, it's exactly.
I remember Casey saying, she's actually leaving to go and... she's left to go and play a lead role.
Yes.
Was that your first...
My first lead role. As an ensemble baby. getting to step into something like that felt so crazy to me and amazing. And it was like the best experience. I actually was, okay, small. So this is like, you never know who's watching, right? When you're like performing on stage, you never know who's in the audience. The director of A Beautiful Noise was in the audience at Back to the Future. He had bought a ticket. And he said, after he saw the show, he said, hey, I want you to come in for this part. In like Back to the Future, we were singing, dancing, acting our faces off. And that was kind of essentially the role of Marcia Murphey. She had to be this like triple threat performer. Right. So I went and did a show of Back to the Future. During the interval, or you know, your break before you do your second show, I ran downtown to go audition for Marcia Murphey.
Oh my God.
And then came back and did Back to the Future, the night show. But that was like my first audition for it. And I just was like, oh my gosh, this feels crazy. But yeah, he was in the audience and then asked me to come in for the role.
Did you have a good gut instinct once you'd gone in?
No. You know, no. I don't know how you feel with auditions. I always think I never book anything. I walk out and I'm like, that was the worst thing I've ever done. And then the things I feel really good about, never book.
Never. I always go in with like, I'm getting this.
Yeah.
If I'm going into an audition room, I'm going to get it.
Your mentality, I feel like that's the mentality I need. I think I go in a little like, all right, casual. Like I try to like make it as less scary as possible.
I think the key is to put this is like a psychological thing. So I don't do it like physically. Mm-hmm. I put myself on a pedestal in my mind because you have to be your own number one fan. You have to believe in yourself.
Totally.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I just think no one is better for this role other than me. And then if I don't get it, I just be like, something else is
they're wrong.
They are so wrong. They have missed a trick with me. Damn it.
That's amazing.
But I go in with the thought, this is mine.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
It's like a thing of like, you believe what you think. So
totally.
And sometimes you got to fake it to make it. So maybe I am feeling shitty and like, oh my God, I don't know if I can reach these notes, but I'm like, nah, no one is better. No one is getting this role apart from me.
Fake it till you make it has been so much of my career, to be honest.
Yeah.
100%.
It's how we grow. It's how we thrive.
It really is.
And don't you think like you literally learn so much on the job?
Yes.
When you debuted as a principal.
Yeah.
It's not just debuting as a principal. It's like the responsibility of leading a show.
I mean, gosh, this is something not a lot of people talk about, but you understand because you've led many. But you become like a mother figure almost, right?
Everyone.
And it's like you are taking care of your show. You are taking care of your cast. You're making sure you are not perceived, but like you're carrying yourself with a different weight than as, you know, I felt like I was in Beautiful Noise than versus my other shows that I've been in. So that is, it's weird. It's a weird and responsibility.
Emotionally as well. It's like, I feel like in my last show, you know, a lot, because we were touring and you're like a family that just moves around the country, you know, you take a lot of emotional strain off everybody else with their problems, and my mum's a mental health nurse, so I was just piling it onto her.
I just read that because I was Googling as I was on my way over here. Your dad's a plumber. Is that true? Right. Dad's a plumber. Right.
Oh my gosh. We've both done research on each other.
Well, yes. And to be honest, in this business, what a support system for you to have.
I know.
Mental health is so crucial in our business. And like to have that as your support system, oh my God, I can't even imagine.
I know.
Good for you.
She's fab. She is fab. Free therapist.
Beautiful. That's amazing.
I know. I'll give you her number. It's fine.
I'm making my way slowly into the Davis family, please. You have 2 daughters named Amber now. Thanks.
You've toured as well, haven't you?
Yeah, I started off touring.
How do you find that versus town?
Oh, it's so hard.
It is, isn't it?
Exponentially harder, I feel. I mean, you're literally sleeping on a tour bus sometimes.
Do you do a tour bus?
What do you do? Oh, you're on a fancy tour, aren't you? I toured in the trenches, girl. I was literally, I will never forget this story. I was on tour and
with Hamilton?
No, this was Flashdance at the time. We're all sleeping on the bus because we had a 4 a.m. bus call to then get to do a show in like another state the next day. Okay. We wake up 4 a.m. one person sleeps on the floor and one person sleeps on the seat. Oh, honey, we're in the non-act tour days. Right. You only did that fancy touring. Okay, so I'm literally laying on the floor, sleeping, okay? And I hear from the back of the bus, get up. And I'm going, oh, what's happening? The toilet from the back of the bus started overflowing. Right. We've got literal piss and shit. Everything blowing down our tour bus. And I'm like, this is hell. I'm literally a musical theater hell. This is nothing worse than this, actually.
I would rather be a midwife. I want to be a midwife. 100%. Why did I do this?
Oh, my God.
That is awful. We wouldn't do a tour bus.
Fly?
Yeah, we'd fly.
Oh, yeah. See, that's better.
Or train.
If you can, yeah. If I would say flying, that's the way to tour.
Yeah.
We were on a bus and truck.
Oh, my
One-nighters, too. So, when I was touring, we would literally perform in one city, sleep in the hotel that night, and the next morning we were off to a different state. So, it was like, it was
you'd
insane.
all travel together?
Yeah.
We travel independently.
Oh, my.
Just get yourself there.
Oh, my gosh. So, did you enjoy touring?
I did, in the sense of I loved doing the show in multiple different theatres.
Yes. Seeing the theaters is so beautiful.
Yeah. It was the one day off, including a travel day.
Yeah.
So it was 6 days of working, 1 day of travelling and day off.
Yes.
I found that quite difficult.
It's it's difficult just to sustain 8 shows a week regardless, but then to also add travel.
Even just like staying in hotels
and
every week getting used to a new bed, a new environment. Like then your sleep's a little bit off because you're not sleeping as well.
Totally.
And then your voice is with the aircon is like fucked.
Which this is probably my biggest thing about stepping into a lead role. And I don't know if you've dealt with I can't even imagine like Pretty Woman, like those types of things. In an ensemble, you're in a unit, so you can kind of blend, right? When it's just you, your vocal, you have to be 100% all the time, which I was like, I could be on Broadway doing a show and be like 50% and still feel like I could give 100, but like you have to be 100 or you have to get out.
It's like you're exposed.
Yes.
Everything relies on you.
You're so exposed.
I would just aim for like, if I wasn't feeling 100%, I'd aim for okay.
Yeah.
And then a greater would be able to like happen.
Yeah.
Or I just make my acting very good.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not a singer. I just be not a singer for that afternoon.
100%. Patti LuPone would love you though. It's like literally all about the acting. Yeah, I would do the same thing.
And then you have done Funny Girl, original production of Moulin Rouge.
Yes.
Mental, Head Over Heels, Hamilton. You covered Peggy Schuyler and Maria Reynolds.
Yeah.
Did you go on?
A lot.
It's my favorite musical in the world.
I love, well, it's her almost favorite musical, Lin. Right? I loved going on as Mariah during the kids' matinees. When we would do these eduhams where they'd invite all of the high school kids, and you'd hear that doom, da-doom, da-doom, doom, doom, doom. And Mariah walks out on the turntable in her red dress, and all the kids would go, ah! Like freak out. The minute I would kiss Hamilton, it was like, no! Like they were so in it on a different level. It was so exciting and so fun. And like I loved playing.
I literally can't believe you've done that.
It was so great.
It's the best show. It is the friggin' best show.
And I thought, when I saw it, I was like, of course, I understand why it is what it is. When you actually learn, when you're in rehearsals and learning why everything is the way it is, why do you set the chair here like this? Why do you turn like this? It is so insane how much they thought about in that musical, for sure.
Were you ensemble then?
Yes. And funny enough, everybody thinks I was in the movie, like on my TikTok, everyone thinks I was the Disney Plus movie because the girl that I play in Hamilton, Chicago, we look the same as the girl in the movie. She has like long, her name's Carly and she's wonderful and so talented in the movie. But everyone's like, oh my God, you were in the Disney Plus movie. And I'm like, no. But we look exactly the same.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
The ensemble is one of the most hardworking ensembles I've ever witnessed.
I've never beat my body up like that on a Broadway
killer?
Stage. Insane. It's 3 hours. It's a 3-hour show. And I think what's different about that show is in a normal show, ensemble, you leave. And then you leave the stage and you go have a break and you have your water and then you leave. We never left the stage in Hamilton because even like when we were on the stage doing nothing, we were in the scene.
Yeah, you were.
You're sitting a certain way, you're engaging in a certain way. So it's like that was like nothing I've ever done before.
Like mentally, physically.
Mentally.
I've got a couple of friends in the Hamilton tour now and I went to see them and I was looking and I was just thinking, you guys deserve a medal. You guys literally deserve a medal.
Yeah. Yeah. It is one of the hardest, most grueling shows I think, top of my resume that I have ever done. Back to the Future, though, you saw us on Broadway?
Yeah.
You didn't see me.
Wait, no, I didn't see you.
Chris Bailey upped that dancing. He made that dancing so crazy for Broadway. I was like, this is insane. We were doing triple turns and kicking our faces. And I was like,
we didn't have that.
Oh my God. I have never danced. Like Back to the Future was crazy as well. I would put Back to the Future close to Hamilton.
Well, especially as Linda. Linda's track is quite intense.
Yeah,
it is. You've got a lot of quick changes.
Like 16 quick changes in a show.
Yeah.
Which is mental.
But nice though, because you get to dance fully, but also you get to be a character.
Yeah.
It was best of both worlds there.
Yeah.
I mean, Lorraine for me was I was chilling.
I'm like dying to see you as Lorraine. Actually, show me clips. I like really.
John Rando was literally like, you're unhinged. Because the original.
Perfect for you.
The original girl played her very like true and like a little bit coy and sweet. And I just went full horny. I was just a rascal.
I'm obsessed. Which is like exactly, I think, how it should be. Like that's I think what I would do as well. I love that.
I saw the material and I thought, I'm going to do the most with this.
Show me the bootlegs. I need them. That is amazing.
And then I was just chilling the rest of the time. Now I want to obviously mention Jersey Boys. You're in it right now.
Love it.
Very special show to me because Ben is the youngest Frankie Valli ever. Yeah.
You're lying.
Mm-hmm. He played him at 21 years old in London in the revival.
He sings like that. Oh my God. I literally, okay, now another bootleg I need to see. That is insane.
Yeah, so it's a very special show to us.
Oh, it's a really hard show as well for Frankie. That's crazy.
A nice track for you though.
Yeah, love it.
Is it cushy?
I come out, I smoke the whole show. Mary has lung cancer by the end of that show. It's insane.
I love it.
Yeah, I fall in love. I divorce a man. It's great. I love it. I'm having so much fun.
Good choreo? I can't remember it. Is it the same production as the London revival?
No, it's actually like they put their own spice on this one.
Okay.
They definitely, our choreographer, Kylie Ray, she made it in her version, and it's awesome choreo to dance. I love it. I'm having so much fun.
Good. And the commuting.
Yes, and because you're on TikTok.
Yes, but I want to talk to you because we haven't got much time left, but I want to talk to you about TikTok.
Oh my God, please, let's go. Trisha Paytas is coming to see Jersey Boys. You know this? Have you seen this?
We love her.
Trisha. Okay, so Trisha saw a video of our Jersey Boys and was like, this is really good. And then her friend was like, yeah, Trisha, they're all Broadway performers. And she was like, oh my God, I didn't know. So we made her this video of the boys singing Sherry to her. And we made it in her name, saying like, Trisha Paytas. And she was gagged. She was talking about it on her podcast. And she DM'd me and was like, I'm coming at the end of the month to come see you guys. I love it.
Oh my gosh.
Right. So TikTok is crazy because like things like that happen.
But when did it blow up for you? Was it pandemic?
Pandemic.
So you just nailed the TikTok.
Well, I think at the time, like there wasn't a lot of Broadway or musical theater people on TikTok.
No, there wasn't.
Yeah. So when I started doing it, I think me and there was another boy, JJ, in the cast of Back to the Future.
Yeah.
We started like really laying into the theater niche of that. And then all these people started following me that were like, we love theater, we love Broadway. And because there was quite literally no Broadway at the time and no perspective of Broadway, it just like TikTok became the outlet of me being able to do theater, but like not in a theater.
Yeah. Also, opportunities. Have you had so many opportunities?
Of course. TikTok is literally, I mean, it has opened so many doors. I've met so many cool people. I've had experiences through that app that's like, it's unreal what you think, what happens because you just chose to post a video.
I know. Do you find a lot of responsibility to keep up the content, or do you kind of put it on the back burner?
I pick and choose. I mean, when I have shows that I have downtime and I feel like I can constantly like make content and it's fun for me, I will never burn myself out over an app. It's not. No. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
And I was burnt during A Beautiful Noise for sure. I was like so focused on that. I was like, I don't have time right now. Yeah. But yeah, I'm like getting back into it with Jersey Boys and my girl Trisha, and I just love it. It's so stupid and like fun, and it has really opened a lot of doors.
I love that.
Yeah.
And the final question.
Tell me.
What's your favorite moment in your career so far? Or one day in your life we've thought, this is madness. Like, how is this my life? It can literally be, or your favorite moment in life.
Oh my gosh.
The day I was born.
My favorite moment in life?
Like, you just thought, like, what is this? My life is absolutely crazy.
Oh my gosh, I'm sick. I think like if it was tied into theater.
Yeah.
It has. Girl, that's a really great question. Do you have one? Wait, I want you to say yours before I say mine.
I interviewed Dolly Parton.
You're lying.
I peaked in that moment, and it's all been downhill from there, Amber.
And now I think you have to do the Dolly Parton musical that's coming.
I've done it. I originated Judy Burnley in 9 to 5. She was my executive producer.
I'm so sick. I'm so sick. We need another hour for this podcast interview. I can't believe that. Yeah, that's peak for sure.
Mm-hmm. Her and Kylie came to watch our press night. I was shaking.
I can't even imagine that moment for you. My family has seen me put in work into this silly little theater business that we do. And my opening night as Marcia Murphey, it was January 2nd. I had closed Back to the Future a day before.
Oh my God.
I had a day off. Back to the Future closed. They saw my final show in Back to the Future. I had a day off with my family. I opened Marcia Murphey in A Beautiful Noise. Those 3 days collectively, for them to see me transition into such like a big, crazy moment in my life, have my family there. I had like 20 friends there. It was like
special.
Yeah, it wasn't even about the thing that I was doing. It was about the people that like got to see me do this, like, and got to be with me and experience that with me. So I think that whole chunk of time was just like, I can't actually believe this is real life right now.
I love that.
Yeah.
You're such a superstar.
I love you.
Love you. Thank you so much for coming on. Honestly,
you're
just the coolest chick ever.
Oh my God. Thanks.
And guys, thank you so much for listening. See ya.
Bye.